All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Hustle, man. This dude has been on his grind for a minute, and he's back with a full course entree of heat. Ty Dolla sign. What up, homie?
Woo! Woo! What up, boy?
Yo, new album in full effect featuring Ty Dolla sign. Like, it has been said that, you add Ty Dolla sign to anything and it makes it attractive and sound better. Kind of like garnish on food. You know what I'm saying? Increases the presentation. How does it feel to be back for this new lap?
It feels great to be back. I'm super happy and thankful to finally have something to present to my fans. I've been working on it for a long time, put a lot of energy into this, put a lot of love into this. Shout out to everybody that's involved, and shout out to y'all for being the platform for me as well. And man, I'm excited. It's coming out tonight.
Let's start with who you don't have on the album, because you pretty much have everybody on there. And I'm talking about all the way from Kanye West to Music Soul Child. And that's one of my favorite songs that you got on there. And I think that's dope about you, because not only do you look out for the new artists, but then you also look out for the people that's been out there for a while. So is there anyone missing from this album that maybe one of them tracks didn't make it?
There's no one missing from this album. I think this album is perfect, and I appreciate everyone that's involved with the album, especially that man Ty Dolla sign for coming through and blessing.
I heard he was hard to get on the project.
Oh man, the guy is very busy. So I'm honored that he took some time to bless us with this project, and he always is giving away the sauce to everybody else, and it was nice to bring it home.
Very true. Is that an even exchange? Is it like, okay, I gave you your hook, your time to give me my verse?
I wasn't tripping like that. I've given many people my energy and my vibration, so there's not enough tracks in the world to, I couldn't fit all of the people on the album, so I felt like the people that I did add were the perfect instrument to whatever I was trying to achieve. And here we go, featuring Ty Dolla sign out tonight.
I wanted to ask you about the instruments, because you play multiple instruments. Yes. And I also saw somewhere where you were saying, like, sometimes you've invested more money to make sure that you can record with live instruments. So tell us a little bit about that creative process, because I heard a lot of dope keys, a lot of good, strong guitars on this album. So did you do a lot of like just live recording with instrumentation and with bands and whatnot?
Yeah, everything on here has some type of live instrument, and I think that's very important for longevity. First of all, my philosophy to it is, when you use like certain sounds, right? Like let's go back to the early 2000s, and there was a keyboard called the Trinity and Triton, and if you go on one of those keyboards, you'll hear all the old Neptune sounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those sounds become of a time. You know what I mean? Like, you remember, these go, or for that sound, or if you go back to, I don't know, like another synthesizer I can name it, it's like all the old Dr. Dre sounds or whatever. It's like those sounds become of a time. But if you use like a guitar, if you use a real bass, if you use a real violin, I feel like those are gonna last forever. So I try to always keep that going, because I want you to be able to turn these albums on 20, 30, 50 years from now and still be like, oh, that was some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm curious to know how much you spend on guitars, because me and Angie were actually in Detroit at one of your shows. We actually brung you out, to be honest, and you gave out a guitar, and I was mad that I didn't get it. I was trying to fight the girl next to me. So we wanted, so I'm curious to know, how many guitars do you even give out, like during these tours and stuff like that? How much have you spent on it?
I spend a lot on guitars, and I also had a situation with both Fender and Gibson, so shout out to both of y'all. And I think music is important. I think being a musician is important. And I've heard back in the day, it wasn't at my school, but even at my high school, there was like, there used to be a lot more music in schools, and I think that's important. It was definitely an outlet for me and for people that come from like you know, a neighborhood where you may not have all type of different opportunities that certain people do. Music is definitely a great outlet and it's important. So I try to give out as many guitars as I can, for sure.
So we'll
Now,
send
there's
you
a
the
lot of
address.
artists and there's a lot of rappers, but there's very few like super producer composer type dudes. Like, so you got a record like track 5 where it's yourself, Thundercat, Kanye West, Anderson .Paak,
It's called
everybody in it.
track 6. I don't know which, you might have an earlier version of the album.
They sent me the OG recipe. So it's track 6 now?
It's track 6 featuring
Yo.
Kanye West, Thundercat, and Anderson .Paak. And like, for instance, on that joint right there, I did the beat alongside my partner, James in Chicago while we were working on Kanye's album. And Kanye blessed us with the hook. And then when I got back home to LA, I linked up with Anderson and I was like, yo, I want you to hop on this song. So when we get in the studio, we had his studio, I'm thinking he's going to put on the headphones and hop on the mic. He sits on the drums and starts going in. So
Fire. Fire.
Thundercat pulls up, hops on the bass, and then me and Anderson started going back and forth on verses, and Thundercat added some stuff at the end. So that was like one of the funnest songs to work on, just for getting in the room with other real musicians. You know what I mean? And that's always one of my favorite times.
I believe in that song you said you told Kanye to run for president. So could we say that we can hold you responsible for what's going on right now with the save, what's his slogan? Save the world?
I mean, it's
Jesus.
Everything is my fault. You know what I mean?
Next album, blame
don't
Ty
put
Dolla
all of
Sign.
that on me.
Blame Ty Dolla Sign.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you too, like what I also respect about you is the ability to put a movement, create a movement behind your music. And especially with the elections about 2 weeks away, you know, you've spoken a lot since the beginning about inequality in our justice system, whether it's free TC, shout out to your brother,
Right.
things like that. Can you speak to kind of where you're at right now with the election and what you're seeing and what you hope to see come out of this, like, you know, regardless of who wins, especially in terms of police reform and the justice system, because that's a big topic right now in politics.
Big topic, and it's big in my family, and anybody that's a Ty Dolla Sign fan knows that I've been going through this for years. My brother TC's been locked up for something that he didn't do, and we've been trying to figure out a way to get him out. I've spent countless dollars on different attorneys and, you know, just different things to try to fight his case. But now we've got a solid team. We've got Jessica, we got Weldon, we got Kim, you know, everybody involved to try to help my bro. So that's a beautiful thing. And we're going to raise awareness for everybody in that situation. And we updated the people on this album with my brother and his case and what he's got going on. And I think we all see what's going on in the White House and all the fuck shit that's been happening around the world and in America. So we all know what to do. Just know I'm gonna vote. I encourage you guys to vote for sure. And let's change the world together. You know what I mean? Let's heal the world together.
Now, you did say on Beach House 3 that you weren't going to mention your brother's situation anymore because of the Free TC album. And I guess he got into some situations. Is it because of the new outlook you have with the possible appeal and Kim K and Jessica and everybody joining the situation that you felt a little more open to adding him into this project?
I feel like, you know what, no matter what we've been through in the past, it's always important to have my brother involved in whatever I'm doing. So he's involved, of course.
Right.
Shout out.
It's almost like we're living the story with you real time and getting the updates
Yeah.
along the way. It was cool to hear him on them skits. And then even just to hear about your adventures through life and relationships, like, you know, even something like on a record like Double R, you know, Rolls Royce, you know, when you think back, Ty Dolla Sign, on what your first car was, what was it? And do you still have it? Because some people keep their old first joint just to kind of keep them humble in the game.
I had a Honda at first, and then that was what my dad bought me. And then when recently, I just gave one of my neighbors my old BMW truck, the X5, and that was like one of the first major cars I bought. And it was just sitting in my driveway forever, just collecting dirt because I parked all my newer cars in the garage. And my neighbor asked for the car, so I'm like, here you go. You know what I mean?
Oh, just ask for it?
Hey, my type of neighbor,
that they've
yeah.
been talking about in the State Farm commercials. You're the good neighbor.
I'm like, hey, you haven't been home in a while. Do you mind if I just move in?
Let me get that X5 up off you real quick, bro. You don't need it. I see you out here giving out guitars. I need an X5. Come on, man.
You can't drive them all at once.
Get the guitar. Yeah.
What other cars do you have, Ty, that you feel like talking about?
Right.
I just want to know what you got over there.
Got a helicopter or anything?
I have my dream car, which I'm super proud of, and I worked a lot on it for years. And it's a 1964 Chevy Impala, all
Hey.
drop top, with everything running perfect, and it's super dependable. And at first, when I first got it, it was a bucket. It had airbags on it. I would fucking break down on the side of the road with my daughter. Fans would see me. Oh my God, it's Ty Dolla sign. Whoever to come, fix the car, and I got tired of that, so I fully redid my engine and everything. Shout out.
You get an LS swap? What'd you do with it?
Exactly.
You would put the LS swap in there. I already know what you did with that, boy. You fuel injection now. You had that carburetor in there before.
Exactly.
You stuck on the side of the road with the carburetor, but the LS, ooh, I know it's clean.
Certain people may talk shit about that, but you know what it is, man. I can't afford to just be on the side of the road, with my daughter and all that. So shout out to my mechanic, Clyde. He hooks it up, and anybody that's in LA, I'll link you. Many people know Anderson Paak, I linked him up. Thundercat, my homie Kiva, a lot of people, they all go on to Clyde now. And he does the hydraulics, he does anything you want, paint, engine, everything. Shout out to Clyde. And yeah, man.
It sounds like they need to let you take over Pimp My Ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really getting it in like that, bro. Like, for real, either that or put him in Fast and Furious 10.
Right. Come on.
I want to talk about Tyrone because that's a classic record that every woman knows word for word, but you flipped it on us and you tried to come for the women. So what was
that?
No, I don't. But it's fire. But what made you go and touch that record right there?
First of all, if you ask me where I got the name Ty Dolla from, that's my original name that my mom gave me, which is also my father's name, and that's Tyrone. And just growing up, after that song came out, anybody that I met, and they're like, yo, what's up? My name's whatever, Brian. Oh, I'm Tyrone. You're bad at
It haunted you.
You're sick of it.
It haunted me. So I feel like from when I was a kid and I knew I wanted to do music, I had to do an answer back. So shout out to Erykah for creating that masterpiece and for bringing it to us. And I answer back from the Tyrone perspective, and Big Sean answered back from the dude that was getting, kicked out.
Right.
So I felt like we both did that, and shout out to Murder Beats for doing that beat as well.
I heard it. I was like, they got some nerve.
Yo, and it cooked it too. And like, yo, the way Big Sean ends his joy is like, yo, I was happier with no hoes. And I felt that. You know what I'm saying? The way he said, do you feel like you're happier, Ty Dolla in a relationship or like fresh off of one? Because you kind of get your freedom papers again.
I think he's frozen.
There you go. He's back.
Okay.
Everybody froze up.
Now I was asking, do you feel like you're happier in a relationship or happier fresh off of one?
I'm in a great relationship right now, and I'm super happier than I ever been. So, it's different for everybody, but for me, I'm like.
Is it the same young lady you brung to the Grammys? Because I saw y'all there together. She's so pretty, and she also can cook. Because I seen you post a plate on Twitter. So
she can cook. I remember they were trying to roast me for that on Twitter or whatever because they seen the boiled eggs and all that shit. I mean, this is what I like, and my lady hooked it up for me what I like. So.
It don't matter what they like.
Some of y'all wish y'all had.
You better tell them.
Did you get y'all ladies cooking?
Did you gain a couple pounds from this quarantine, being laid up and booed up and all that good stuff, or you still was moving around and being active?
I've been working out every day. Shout out to my trainer, Sean, and we've been working at it, but at the same time, like you say, I got a lady and she's been cooking and I ain't even gonna blame it on her. I've been fucking off, man.
Do you like to cook? Do you get down on the grill, anything like that?
I'm a grill master. Yeah, for sure. I'm there.
So wait a minute.
Fry
I
Dollar
see-
Sign.
Yeah, right. I see this Dr. Sadie record. So I'm here thinking you a vegan and like alkaline diet. So explain that to me, because it was a little short and I think I might have missed what was going on. So can you explain that?
I feel like Dr. Sadie is one of the greatest records of the century, man. Like from shout out to D-Mal for, you know, creating that production. And we went back in on it, myself and my engineer, Phi. And not only do you hear chord changes, but you hear tempo changes. And when I was making the album, I was like having my fans in mind and trying to make songs that I know everybody could vibe to, but also keeping it neat and going musical and like doing what I love and what makes me have goosebumps when I hear music. So we're going through chord changes and we're going through these tempo changes. And I get in the studio with Thug. I remember he came over that day. At first, we was playing pool, and I fucking beat him like 3 times. He still owes me the money.
Oh, he asked at you.
You should have got that day.
Yeah.
He blessed me with this fucking incredible verse, man. We went in the studio and I'm playing in my shit, and I'm thinking he's gonna choose one of the like bangers, like, you know, one of the, you know, Thug type of joints. But that's the beauty of this featuring Ty Dolla Sign album. Everybody came to my world, I feel like, and he hopped on Dr. Sadie and actually sat down at the computer, worked the Pro Tools himself. I got much respect for that man. Like one of the most talented artists I've worked with or I've seen, you know, in a while. And he killed that shit, just like right on point. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Shout out to Thug.
Now, Temptations is another big tune. Everybody has their own personal temptations. What are 3 things Ty Dolla Sign cannot live without?
Cannot live without my family. Cannot live without some form of music, you know. I'm gonna just say music in a whole. I can't live without it, and I can't live without God, man. I couldn't have done none of this without God. It's just been blessing after blessing, and I'm thankful for sure.
Let's talk about By Yourself, where you're bigging up women right there. You got Janae Aiko on there. And then you also have Mustard, which I think is dope about you, Mustard, and YG, is that y'all all came up together and y'all are all successful together. So how does that feel now that, you know, y'all went from doing records when y'all probably ain't really have no money, or maybe y'all have money, but not like today, and now where y'all are all successful and have a lot of things going on? How does that feel?
It's a beautiful feeling, you know, to come up with your peoples, you know, and see everybody around you flourish and shine. And that's definitely happened with us. I always talk about it, you know, when YG and Mustard first came to my house, it was through my brother Big B, rest in peace. He just passed this year. And I didn't get YG's music at first. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't really want to be involved, but Big B was like, yo, like, I'm telling you, this is it. This is going to be the city right here. I need you to, you know, fuck with this kid. So I started doing a lot of his beats and just working with them. And we ended up making Tooted and Booted, which happened to be a record to put me on as an artist. So, you know, shout out to that. And shout out to YG's come up and everything he's done. At the same time, Mustard was coming around and he was just DJing parties in LA. But, you know, little did I know he was watching and paying attention to everything I was doing. One day he asked me for some, you know, drum sounds. So I hooked him up, and them same drum sounds turned out to be on the first track that blew up for him, which was really Rack City with Tyga. Before that, he had the YG mixtape, but Rack City really, you know, changed his life and changed our lives. And after that, it was just a domino effect of hit after hit after hit after hit. And I'm super proud of him, not only on the production shit, but on some man shit. You know, 3 beautiful children in, just got married, just lost all that weight, serious about his shit. And like, it's great to see people that you come up with, you know, really go all the way. You know?
And blowing up other artists too, cause like LMA and Roddy Ricch.
I mean, there's so many things I left out that man has done.
Right.
You know, we've all done. And like I say, man, I give it up to God because it's just been blessing after blessing.
Which song was it that it was a little jab that was taking at T.I.'s wife Tiny? And I think you took it off. I don't know if it was YG or you that said it, but did that turn into any kind of an incident?
Uh, that was my brother Joe Moses. You know, that was at a time we just making music, just being funny, clowning around,
Right.
not even knowing that the song was gonna take off like it did. And it's full respect to Tiny and full respect to T.I. He definitely hit me up and
I figured.
got everybody on the phone and got it all, you know, dialed down. And it's full respect between all of us. Shout out to Joe Moses, shout out to Tip. And you know, when you coming up, sometimes you never know how far, you know, a song that you're working on, you know, in your fucking, you know, grandma's fucking bed, one of the bed
Right.
songs, you never know that it's gonna go that big, you know. So I'm sure, you know, it was never no type of disrespect like that coming from Joe's part.
Got you. Now, there's another big tune you got on there that had an eclectic group of people. Your Turn, Music Soul Child, Tish Hyman, Black. You say nobody's ever truly yours. It's just your turn. And y'all was really speaking y'all truth on there. Who is like, you know, probably like, you know, the girl from back in the day that you felt like broke your heart? You know, like when you were young, before you was officially Ty Dolla $ign. What was the situation?
She's no longer.
It's no longer her turn.
She doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Turn done.
Up in smoke.
Game over, bitch.
But it seems like, you know, your real life situations really help write a lot of these records for you. You know what I mean? And like, you know, you tap into a feminine energy in a way where like, I know so many women that rock with, you know, Ty Dolla $ign and your music. What do you feel like that's all attributed to?
It's all God, man. God puts these ideas in my mind and these melodies in my heart, and it comes out. And like I said, I just thank him and for the opportunity to be able to be doing what I love and people to resonate with it. It's a beautiful thing. And shout out to all my fans out there. Shout out to Team Dolla.
I definitely feel like if they haven't checked you out performing live, they have to. You're like a rock star for real. And like, it's crazy because you give me Lenny Kravitz vibes when I'm like watching you on stage when you have your guitar, but then it's sexy, you know what I mean, at the same time. And I just feel like, what does it feel like for you on the stage versus being in the studio? What do you prefer?
Well, when I'm in the studio, I'm just like in full vibe mode and you know, just trying to pull whatever is coming from God and whatever's coming out the sky into my in me and through me, you know what I mean, to the people. And that's how it is in the studio. And on the stage, I'm a motherfucking sex symbol.
Facts. What about Post Malone too? Your relationship with Post Malone. Y'all got a couple records together that are fire. Would you ever consider doing a project with him, like a full project?
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna say no. I love Post and I love everything he's doing with music. And yeah, it's always fire when we get in the studio. It'd be sick. Maybe we could do like some type of acoustic project where he's just playing guitar, I'm playing bass, and we just make songs. That'd be pretty lit.
That'd be dope.
We need that. What you got, Billy?
Hey, yo, so Ty, man, how have you made the transition during all this time, during the pandemic, being everybody off the road and fatherhood, you know, us as fathers, how has that transition been, just having more time, and what have you been able to experience with the kids being home from school, and what has that been like for you?
I have one daughter, and it's been great. She's definitely made me super proud. Her latest report card, 3 A's, 3 B's, focused,
Yo.
you know, killing it. And it's new because everything's on Zoom. So, you know, I didn't know how it was gonna be for her, but she definitely killed it. I'm super proud of her. And
How was it for you seeing that type of transition, like seeing what school is now versus what it was for us when we were coming up, and like seeing her had those interactions online? Like, how is that for you?
My little brother, Noah, graduated high school last year. And just seeing that, I was like, wow, like, I wonder how that would have been for us. But then my homie Damn James, who I did half of my album with, his little daughter, she's 5 in kindergarten, and seeing her do it too is just like, damn, you wonder how it is for the kids that missed the graduation.
Right.
Yeah.
Was for the 11th graders too, going into it till they're gonna miss their whole seniorship. But then think about the 5-year-olds and the people that are just starting in school and like don't even know how school's gonna be. You know what I mean? It's been crazy just seeing it, and it's also been dope seeing all the kids boss up and still be able to handle it, you know?
Now,
That's
Ty
dope.
Dolla Sign, there's a reason why your phone rings so much. Apparently, you got something figured out that most artists don't know how to figure out. They'll never have your source.
Both
You know what I
phones.
mean? But if you was to say, what makes the perfect song, what would you say that is?
The perfect song in these days and times must probably feature Ty Dolla Sign on it.
Let's go. Let's go. That's all I want to hear. Who could
Not
even touch
everybody
you
has that
feature
budget.
wise?
Ty Dolla Sign.
Right. It's like, because if somebody was because of course, verses is always the topic of discussion in every interview, everything. Have you thought about if anybody was to call you out, who could it be and if you would do it at all?
I mean, I would do it Ty Dolla Sign against featuring Ty Dolla Sign. You know what I mean?
I think that's a good idea.
And maybe my features go
Would
double screen, you know.
you run to the other side? Like, all right, now
Change your hat.
You feel me?
I like that. That's a good idea.
Not everybody's able. You know, there's a song on there called Spicy. We talked about a little while ago with Post Malone. What is the spiciest situation you've ever found yourself in?
The spiciest situation. Shit, spicy in which way? Spicy
You know,
is
sounded very risque on the record there.
spiciest is El Torino out here. It's the spiciest goddamn taco you'll ever have in your life. Shout out to El Torino right here in LA.
So you'll eat that
Played it
spicy food
safe.
right there.
You played it safe.
I can't do that. like I can.
I got my own wings and shit at this spot called Love Baked Wings. The spicy combo, you feel me, by Ty Dolla Sign. You know what I'm saying? Go get that right now on Melrose if you're in LA.
That's fine. Is that the only place that you have something named after you? That's dope.
There's plenty of things named after me. You know, I've done pretty well. You know, so,
I didn't realize.
Living a dream. Now, all right, Ego Death, another big tune. You got Skrillex on there. You also got, you know, Kanye West pops up on there once again. And, you know, Shorty over there from across the pond, she go by the name of FKA Twigs. Now, you talked about when a lady leaves, you know, that's your ego death. You know, how did you personally find your ego death? Because sometimes, you know, in order for people to spiritually ascend, they have to kill their ego in order to level up. What was it that did it for you?
I found it many times, and I felt like when I put it out, it was a perfect time because I felt like all of us were going through ego death when the pandemic hit. I don't care who you are, where you were, how much money you got. Even if you was the richest motherfucker on earth, there was no address that you could escape that shit. We all had to sit our ass down and go through it, and we're still going through it. And that's why I think that song was perfect. And I like to shout out everybody that was involved. It was definitely a journey making that song. I started that back in 2018, where I was just in a party and I heard this girl DJ playing this record, and I Shazammed it. I couldn't get it, so I went up to her and I'm like, "Yo, what is that you're playing?" She's like, "It's called the Soul Track." And then I go look for it on everything, Spotify, Apple, everything. Can't find it. I finally found it on YouTube, and it was by this group called Methodology. So I sampled it and added some drums, did the song, and I'm scrolling through Instagram. I find Kanye talking shit one day, and he was like, "Hold up, this train going by." I'm like, "That shit is hard." So
Yeah, I remember that.
and then I went to Chicago to work with him, and as soon as he heard it, he jumped out the chair, loving it, grabbed the mic, did his part, and then I linked up with Skrillex. He added to the beat, linked up with Twigs. She added some shit, linked up with my brother Serpent with Feet. He added some shit, and then we have the record. So it was a process, but I felt like every part of it was important. And sometimes, like, greatness, you know, takes a little longer than, you know, the average. But, you know, there's also songs on there where they were created in 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yo, Ego Death is the perfect song to dance by yourself to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to do like a one-person dance routine with choreography where you
What
kick
dance
chairs
is
over,
that?
that's that song.
Quarantine.
You performed on Stephen Colbert the other day, and do you have any more performances coming up?
Yeah, I did Stephen Colbert, and then I did some other stuff that I don't know if I can mention yet. But something that I'm very excited about that's about to drop is my tiny desk.
Ooh.
Nice.
Went in, showed off a lot more than what people usually see from me. So you get to see me on NPC making Ego Death live in front of you. You get to see me singing, of course, and me really going for it, like vocal wise. I'm playing guitar, singing at the same time. Not many have seen that. So I think it's important to definitely show more than just like what people know me for, which is these club bangers and all these radio songs. It's way deeper than that. I'm a real musician and I really do this and I can really go in. So you're about to see it on this tiny desk. And I got some of my favorite musicians to come play with me, including Skrillex.
Fire.
And, it's dope.
We're excited.
Yo, Ty Dolla Sign was so excited about the album featuring Ty Dolla Sign. But before you go, your name is Ty Dolla Sign, but how well do you know about money? So we want to play a game with you called How Many Dollar Signs? Are you game?
Let's go.
All right, cool. Within $10, Ty Dolla Sign, how much is it for a membership card at Costco?
Within $10.
Within $10, how much is it for a membership card at Costco?
So you can only be $10 off.
I don't know, man. I ain't.
Take a guess. It's like Price is Right.
My assistant, man, he does all my Costco vibes, so I'm sure he would be able to answer that quicker than me, man.
All right, you're down one. All right, cool. This is right up your alley because you're a car dude, Ty Dolla Sign. The 2020 Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. Within $10,000, how much does it cost? The cooked up package.
I don't get these within. What does that mean?
Like, so like, let's just say if the real answer was $200,000 and you said $190,000, then you would get it right.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Okay, so within $10,000, how much is the 2020 Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon?
2020 Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. Hey, Siri.
Cheater. You a cheater.
Smart man.
All right. Yo,
That's that or that.
because
it definitely depends which one you get, but I've heard there's some for like 150. Then I know there's ones for 250. So I would say the one that I would get within 10,000, 240.
Right.
Okay, that's
The
a super coked up
63.
one with bulletproof tent and all that good stuff. Last but not least, Ty Dolla Sign. A pack of 36 Trojan Magnum condoms. What is the retail price of that? Within $5.
I'm wiped
He's
up.
booed up. Exactly.
You don't know nothing about that. But that was an entrapment answer right there. Good answer, boy. Good answer.
I'm lucky enough to not have to, you know what I mean?
Well, then how much does diapers cost? Because that's next. No, I'm joking.
Hey, T, I got to ask you, bro, living in LA, so how does it feel now? You got the Dodgers in the World Series. You got the Lakers that just brought it home for Kobe. And what was that like to have that championship come back to the West and come back to LA, to the city, man? What was that feeling like for you?
It's amazing, man. And, in LA, we're known to win and we're also known for the three-peat. So what I'm hoping for is not only is it the Lakers, it'll also be the Dodgers, and it'll also be featuring Ty Dolla Sign. Let's go.
Yo, Ty Dolla Sign on everything. Yo, pick up the album, stream it everywhere you stream your music from. We definitely gonna be checking for that Tiny Desk concert. We know it's gonna be everything. Much love to you, Ty Dolla Sign. Continue success, bro.
Love. Thank you, guys.
We are the Morning Hustle.